Welcome to the second tutorial of the PowerPoint series for the Tenderloin Technology Lab. So we're going to continue from the last video tutorial on the slideshow that we are creating. And the first thing I'm going to start with today is some information on formatting your clip art. So the first step to formatting clip art is to make sure you're clicked inside of your picture. So you'll see here I don't have the border and the circles around the edges of my picture, so I'm just going to single click anywhere in the picture and it brings up my picture toolbar again. I can then do some really cool things with my picture toolbar. I can click under where it says picture toolbar here in the menu bar under format. And once I'm clicked inside of my picture, I can choose some corrections and I can change the color of the picture as well. So if I click on color, you'll see that I can change it to black and white, sepia, some blue, some purple tints as well. So I'm going to click on a black and white, single click on my black and white, color saturation. Next to color, there's also some artistic effects that I can create. If I single click on artistic effects, you'll see that there's several different effects that you can create for your clip art as well. So I'm going to select an artistic effect that I like. And once again, once I find one I like, I single click on the artistic effect and it creates that artistic effect for the picture. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a border for my picture. So once again, I'm clicked inside of my picture and under picture styles here in the menu bar, the middle of the menu bar, I can scroll through here where this arrow is and create different effects for my clip art as well. So I can make it look like a postcard, I can slant it, etc., etc. So again, as I scroll over them, it's going to give me a preview of what that's going to look like. So I'm going to choose an effect I like, and then to make that effect stay, I'm going to single left click on that particular picture style. I can also rotate my picture just like we can in Word. If you're clicked into your picture, you'll notice again this green arrow comes up, or the green circle on top of the clip art, and just like your text box, if you scroll over that green circle, you get an arrow that has the shape of a circle. You single click and hold, and I can rotate my clip art as well. And then I can move it up a little as well. Once I'm finished working with my picture, I do want to make sure I'm clicked outside of it so I can move on. So I just click anywhere in the white space, and it is now clicked outside of the picture I can work on, and I can go through and insert more clip art if I want, or insert more text boxes, which we will do in a second. Now I'm ready to go ahead and move on to my next slide. So in order to insert a new slide, I click up here to my Home tab on my menu bar, and then under New Slide, I click on the words New Slide, and it gives me different options. Now these are different options that Word has already created for you with different text boxes where you can put either text in or content in. And what content is either a video clip, clip art, pictures, etc., etc. So the first slide that we had in this presentation, of course, was our title slide, which gave us two text boxes, one for our title and one for our subtitle, and then we went ahead and inserted some more clip art. I can also do a title and content, which gives me a title text box and then a content box where I can either do text or content. I can do a section header, I can do a to content, and etc., etc. I can also do a blank slide, which allows me a little more freedom of what I can put on my slide. Just because it's blank doesn't mean I can't put any text boxes or clip art into it. That just gives me more freedom to put as many text boxes wherever I want to. So I'm going to choose a title and content box. So I single click on my title and content box. It adds a new slide here in my workspace. And then again, here on my slideshow view, I have a second slide. If I want to go back to my first slide, I just click on the left-hand pane back to the first slide, and it sends me to my first slide. So I'm going to click back to my second slide. And just like we did in our title slide, we just follow the directions for these text boxes. By single clicking here, I can click to add the title. So I'm going to type in Tenderloin Technology Lab. There's also some really cool things that you can do with your text box as well in terms of formatting. The first thing you can do is you can change this text into what we call word art, which are these really cool designs for your text in your PowerPoint presentation. So my first step to creating word art is to select the text that I want to work with. So I'm going to select my title by clicking and dragging and highlighting. And then I go up here to my menu bar. My drawing toolbox will come up once I'm working inside of my text box. And I can single click on where it says Format under my drawing toolbar. And then here in my menu bar I have a word art style section. I can then scroll through my word art styles, and as I scroll over each word art it gives me a little preview of what that's going to look like. So once again I choose one that I like, I scroll over it, and I single left click on that word art style. I can also go back and change the font of this word art style if I don't like the font it's in by going up again to my Home tab, single clicking on my Home tab, and then I can change my font as well. I can also format the background of the text box itself. So once again I make sure I'm clicked inside of my text box. Under my drawing toolbar I single click on Format. And then under my shape style area, this is where you can create different backgrounds for your text box. So again, as I scroll through and scroll over these different shape styles, it gives me a preview of what it's going to look like. And then once I find one that I like, I single click on that shape style and it will insert that for my text box. Now below the text box for my title is what we call a content box. Now this box you have two options. You can use it either to add text, which is right here, or you have these 6 little buttons here in the center to add content or pictures. So if I wanted to add text, let's go through that first. So I single click where it says click to add text, and you'll see that that black bullet point comes up in gray. That means that this bullet point is just a suggestion. If I don't want to do a bulleted list, I can just hit my backspace key on my keyboard and I can start typing as well. But I'm going to hit my undo button because I want that bullet point. And I'm going to type out 5 different foods. So I type in my first letter and I hit enter and it goes to my next bullet points. I can then do the same thing as I did with my text box if I want to add a word art or a style shape as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is maybe adjust the size of this text box a little bit. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag over. And then I'm going to select again under my Format tab of my drawing toolbar a shape style. I'm going to single click on my shape style, and then I'm going to click back into my text box so my blinking cursor comes up. And now I'm going to change my text to a word art style. So once again, I have to make sure my text is selected. So I'm going to click and hold and highlight all of the text in that text box. And then again, under my Format toolbar and my word art styles, I'm going to scroll through and find a word art style that I like. And I single click on that word art style and it inserts that word art style for my text box. My last step is once I've formatted my text box, I just want to make sure I'm clicked outside of my text box so I can move on with formatting my slideshow.